What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about Faraday Future. There is quite a lot of stuff that has been coming out over the last 24 hours. I want to go over some of the good, some of the bad, and some of the ugly. I want to go over everything that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, Faraday did have their big day yesterday. My last video, I went over what Faraday really did need to do and say in order to kind of hit all the marks for it to be a success. And needless to say, they didn't do it. So it is flopping a little bit today. And there was some good things that was stated. At least the price point in their head, at least, is between that. This says 20 to 50, but Mateus near the end, the Q&A, he says between 20 and 30, all the way up to 80. So I think that they have very high expectations. This also does lay out that they did sign, I guess, 4 MOUs with Chinese OEMs. It doesn't actually say Chinese on the actual title, but if you scroll down, it's 4 Chinese OEMs. So that's clearly not all that great. It could just, it doesn't actually state any name, I don't believe. But I think there's a lot of high expectations for this. And there is one thing that was stated in this, in their event, that shows that none of this is going to come to fruition. And I'm going to break that down on what I mean by that. But ultimately, a couple other things did come out, one of which was this. So this morning, there was a kind of a notice that they are going to be selling securities. And it looks like it is directly through to the secondary market. But it does say without registration because they don't need to. In case you don't know, Faraday is a Maryland corporation, so they don't actually have to disclose when they are diluting. And so just kind of be aware of that. And actually, if you do open up this document, it doesn't state exactly how much. It just kind of puts down, I think, an X under decline to disclose. So that's not a good thing. Of course, with their authorized shares, they could dilute quite a lot. But they have to be very mindful because the lower the share price, essentially, like the more convertible all these notes that they've been doing are just more shares are issued, right? So it's kind of a losing game for the most part. So Faraday does need to really play it safe. If not, they're going to follow the route of a lot of other EV companies that do 3, 4, and maybe even 5 reverse stock splits. So it's a dangerous game. So that's one thing that also did come out recently as well on Reddit. I feel like the quality of Reddit has gone down over the last little bit, but you did also have this right here. So the 8K on September the 18th, signaling that the CFO did kind of resign and that there is going to be a new interim CFO, which is going to be given a contract agreement. A lot of people were jumping up and down saying that this is bullish. Just so you know, a CFO, like, they know all the shit of a company, and good, bad, and the ugly. So the fact that they are leaving shows that, in my opinion, the end is near, or at least they don't see any future with it. That's, again, my own viewpoint. You guys do whatever the hell floats your boat, and I'm here to give you guys no BS. I could really give 2 shits if you guys are buying or selling. I'm not here to pump you up. I'm just telling you for what it is. And yeah, I was wrong about the 10-day rule for the NASDAQ, but aside from that, I've been on point for the last 2-3 years whenever I've started covering Faraday. So this is not a good thing, so no bueno for that. But getting back to it though, their big unveil yesterday. So the reason why I feel that this will not come to fruition is 2 things. So I'm going to play 2 small parts, I think roughly 30 seconds each. If you kind of piece these together, it does signal that they won't do anything. And for those of you that don't know, like, launching a second brand, you can kind of look at NIO's earnings for that. They burn through a shit ton. Underline that and highlight that. They burn through a lot of money, more than Faraday's market cap, more than what even Faraday can actually even dilute to the max of. Like, so just keep that in context. So stay tuned for this.
We will have a Q&A session where our executives will try and answer your questions live as the last part of today's event. Over 80% of the questions were collected through the online survey, and we also welcome media and investors who have joined via Zoom today to type your questions live. Our executives will do their best to try and answer them. Today's event contains forward-looking statements. Our forward-looking statements are subject to risks and uncertainties that may cause actual results to differ materially from our expectations.
And on a side note, Faraday does have a very tight forward-looking statement. So meaning, in other words, in case you guys don't know what this does mean, everything that they say, everything that they do, it could go haywire and they're kind of covered. So essentially, if someone is buying because of this second brand and that doesn't come out, nobody can sue, right?
In particular, our plans related to our second brand strategy are dependent on our ability to secure the related necessary capital.
There you go. Part one. So keep that in mind, right? And this issuance that they did disclose this morning is not going to suffice for this. So keep this part in mind, and moving over here, just stay tuned to what they say here.
Great, thank you. Okay, the next question comes from Rick. Are you expecting to receive financing from Saudi Arabia? And will the second brand be offered in the UAE as well? And I'll give that one to Matthias.
So actually, at the moment, we are not expecting to receive any financing from Saudi Arabia. At least nobody was knocking at our door yet, but that can come.
And even aside from that, the UAE, he did, I believe, or I think it was YT did mention that the whole UAE scenario is more of a trial. And yeah, I can see that happening, right? Because logically, going back over here, so Faraday's market cap at the time of doing this video is 45.81 million. A lot of people have the delusion that the UAE is going to come in and give more and more money when the market cap is 45 mil. If you think about it, if the UAE really did want something and liked what Faraday was doing, just spend the extra 15 mil and just buy it out. So in reality, like I said, I think just hearing that point that they don't really see any substantial financing coming, whether it be from Saudi Arabia, elsewhere, and a lot of that is dependent, or I guess the second brand is dependent on that. It just shows that that won't come out. And like I said, just double check, go look at Lucid as they are developing that mid-size SUV that's coming out for 2026. Lucid is already taking so much money, or getting hit from R&D from that point. Same with NIO. It is a very fickle business right now, and Faraday is kind of at a disadvantage to even what I mentioned with NIO and Lucid, because Faraday has relied on convertible notes, and that is going to really screw them in the ass later down the line. So pardon my French and all the fun jazz, but clearly the market sees that as a flop, down 7.57% right now. Even this, I do anticipate them to have been diluting. So this 41.53% of the free float being shorted, most likely that is significantly lower. Still something to keep in mind though, shorts are increasing 215,000 shares, 5.1 million shares overall are being shorted. It does indicate it is on the threshold list, and then cost to borrow average is 98.25%. So this is just a quick overview of some of the recent events that's been happening, especially about the CFO. I see that as very, very bearish. Even 2 videos ago, I kind of outlined why I am truly bearish on Faraday, and it is because, simply put, Faraday management lies, and they have been proven, and especially based on this document that came out recently that laid out all the lawsuits right here. Like, they have lied time and time again since basically 2021. So it's just a very bad scenario. And so, like I said, it is going to be a slow bleed down. I don't see any catalyst, at least in the foreseeable future now, to really cause Faraday to go up from here. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Have you been buying? Have you been selling? What did you do with Faraday? And what is your thoughts? Was there anything in particular that stood out to you, whether it be good, bad, or the ugly from their big event yesterday? And make sure you guys definitely take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it. They give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. This is a kick-ass deal. Link to this is in the description below and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.